The one admittedly frustrating thing I've noticed regarding album releases, at least for me, is that the winter months are very lacking, and then suddenly spring onwards, everything just ramps up. So anyway, of the 50 or so albums I listened to last year, these are my top 10 favorites, and again, keep in mind, these aren't all albums released in 2024, but a majority of them were. Number 10, Of Mice and Men's Tether. I was late to this one, as this one released in 2023, and it's just a very solid metalcore album. To this day, I still miss the initial early days of A Mice and Men's sound, where they would have those crisp, rhythmic breakdowns with halftime riffs or dissonance chords, but clearly they've evolved quite a bit, and while I don't think they'll be shattering records anytime soon, they've reached a point where it'd be hard for them to make a bad album. Number 9, One Morning Left's Neon Inferno. One Morning Left really stormed the scene with 2016's metalcore superstars, and then they kinda dropped off the face of the earth until 2021. Aside from this being a step up from their follow-up Hyperactive, it's also showing that they've got a great forward momentum. Neon Inferno boasts a great fusion of 80s sound waves melded with modern metalcore songwriting. If we listen to each other's heart, the fire will never. Number 8, Disney's A Whole New Sound compilation. Where the hell did this come from? Disney put out a record last year that features mostly popular rock bands from the mid to late 2000s doing covers of some of their biggest movie song hits. It's the punk goes pop concept, except being commissioned by Disney. Whomever hatched this idea clearly went to Warped Tours and all the like, and it's a really awesome listen if you can get past the fact that your cherished favorite might get tainted. I love the covers here though, and even rediscovered some songs I had long forgotten. Number 7, Monuments in Stasis. I was enamored with Black Omen's The Death of Peace of Mind and Electric Callboy's Techno in 2022, and while I had this album, I didn't listen to it until 2024. I'm both bummed and delighted that I missed out on it though, because I was really able to appreciate it this year. The groove-inspired verses combined with the surging choruses and harsh breakdowns that all lead to one of those where everything here does feel familiar, but it's a well-constructed package that keeps your attention. Number 6, Hot Milk's A Call to the Void. Here's another instance where I had this from 2023 and couldn't listen to it until 2024. Awful band name aside, this one's a culmination of everything this shorter-lived band has been working towards. I heard about them initially due to their association with Foo Fighters, yet this album covers the ground of so many different genres and manages to shape it all into one great alt-rock experience. Before moving on to the top 5, here's some honorable mentions. Yours truly takes a heavier turn in Toxic, which was the right call, and I wouldn't be upset if they even went heavier for the next LP, then decide to dial it back and return to pop punk later on. Keeps things fresh, you know? I only heard The Summoning from Sleep Token in 2023, and it's an amazing song, but I never listened to the whole album Take Me Back to Eden until 2024. It takes a few listens to appreciate, but I get the hype behind this band finally. Era's Cure is one of the best disappointing records I ever heard, but that's a given due to their self-titled from 2021 being as incredible as it was. Linkin Park returned in 2024 and released a Star Wars Force Awakens type of album with From Zero, and like that movie, I'm not sure if things to come later will be any good, but right now, let's live in the moment and enjoy what we've got. Number 5. Bad Omen's Concrete Jungle, the OST. The Death of Peace of Mind was the best album of 2022, and it shows no signs of aging yet. Seriously, the album's flow and emotion per track sends the listener down an earscape of wonder. So, instead of doing that deluxe edition thing where a few bonus tracks are added, the band instead releases a celebration of that album with some remix tracks and some new songs with different guest artists. While I thoroughly enjoyed this one, I have one slight concern that the sound here might be an indication as to the direction the band's going, which I wouldn't be on board with as of now. So I be talking to your ghost. Yeah, I be talking to you. Number 4. Bill Murray's American Motorsports. Attack Attack Someday Came Suddenly is pretty iconic. To me, it's an amazing album beginning to end, but being realistic, it culturally spawned the crabcore term, and also branched out a string of multiple spin-off bands ranging from Mice and Men, Dayshow from There, Beartooth, and Bill Murray. While I've really enjoyed nearly the whole entire catalog of Bill Murray, it's American Motorsports where the true calling has been found, creating this countryish, R&B, alternative metalish album that was the anthem of the summer. Number 3, Falling in Reverse's Popular Monster. Putting aside the fact that there's a good chunk of these that were singles released over a few years, Falling in Reverse had put out their best and most focused record of all time, beating out Fashionably Late and Coming Home, which were both kind of tied as my favorite from them. The mixing here and utilization of things like actual choirs and genius song layering and writing is what really keeps the listener's attention and joy. Adding to it here are the endless style changes that never feel as if they're reaching too far. Number 2, the soundtrack to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Is it cheating putting a game soundtrack on here? Nope. I mean, the amount of tracks on here is insane, and they're all beautiful reimaginings of songs you already know, or some new songs that are instantly iconic. Take the Mount Coral Journey music, the Gungaga themes, or the title track No Promises to Keep. It's all truly world-class stuff here. Number 1, Sum 41's Heaven and Hell. Marked as the final album from Sum 41, which I don't necessarily believe quite yet, as they'll probably take 5 or 10 years off then do a reunion tour, but anyway, if this really is the last album ever from the band, they went on a hell of a high note. A concept album with 20 tracks, the first half being pop-punk songs and the second half being alternative metal. It serves as an encapsulation of the band's legacy and them always experimenting with songwriting and genre since Half Hour of Power. Easily their best album, no tracks a dud, and the best album of 2024. If for some reason you're seeing this and have made it this far, this channel is meant to be a journal of sorts, but nonetheless, thanks so much for checking it out. So, what were your favorite albums from 2024?